Bec here from Bec and Laila. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I am away on a long weekend, so it is Cheryl, my mother-in-law's 60th birthday, and we've come to an amazing spot at Bluey's Beach. But this is why I have this crazy bathroom behind me. So I am going to do my second tan review. We are going to be reviewing, I originally thought this was Uber Dark was the brand, but then I looked closer and it's actually a Latan brand, Uber Dark, and it's a violet base. So I have spent this week scrubbing off my old tan. I've done a couple of sugar scrubs and I've been moisturising like crazy, so my skin is really prepared, really ready. I thought I would read a little bit on the back. So darkest tan possible, fragrance free, tailored to your skin tone and long lasting. Directions. For a flawless, streak-free tan, ensure skin is clean and exfoliated, 101. Shake well, using an application mitt, apply evenly to body, sorry, it's already in the bottle. Use sparingly on elbows, knees and face, yes. Allow tan to develop for, it's 3+ hours. Shower in lukewarm water for 1 minute, pat dry. Tan will continue to develop for 4 to 6 hours. I actually didn't realise it was a 3+ hour tan, and it is 11 past 11 in the night time. So I think I'll be putting this on. Once I'm dry, I might go to bed, and I set my alarm. For the first use, I will never sleep in a tan because you don't know what it is going to do. So I'm going to set my alarm. It says 3+ hours. I think I'll go 4 hours. I think I'll set my alarm for 4 hours, and I just start the timer from the time I finish, not from when I start. So if we do 4 hours, we'll see how we go. It's a 200ml bottle, and I think I got this from Priceline, and they've got 40% off tanning this week. I think it came down to $11 or $13, so bargain. So I've just come into another bathroom. I think the light's a little bit better. I'm going to use the Aveeno Daily Moisturiser just to do my elbows. I also like to do around my wrists and my hands. And I'm going to do my feet because they're really dry. And I like a little bit around my knees as well. So and just because I'm so dry, just the leftover, which isn't much, I'm just going to do my face. So before I angle you down, let's put a pump on and we'll see what the colour's like. I actually really quite like that colour. So my last tan review, it looks quite orange. This just looks quite chocolatey, and I can tell that there's the purple hue in that. So first coat done. It's got some nice colour to it. It's definitely not throwing orange, and as you can see, there is quite a difference in the colour. So I've just done one coat on my legs. It went on really nicely. It wasn't streaky at all. It wasn't too wet, and I didn't feel like it was drying too quick that I couldn't move it around. I'm not feeling too wet now, so I'm going to just do the rest of my body the first coat, and I'll come and check in. So first coat's done. I haven't done my face because I'll do that last again using a brush. So I'm going to do coat 2, and we'll see what it looks like. So guys, here I have one coat, and here I have 2 coats. So as you can see, there's quite a difference. So I've done a second coat all over, and it is a really nice colour. I don't know if you can see too much here. I'm still a bit wet, but I think again that's a bit warm. But I'm going to do my face, and I'm going to use it's just a Sports Girl buff brush. It's literally one that I have lying around. So I'm just simply going to pump that on. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going outside to dry. I am going to get up at 4:30 in the morning, have a quick shower, then I'll just go straight back to bed, so that will be fine. But all in all, I really quite like it. I like the colour. Hey guys, it is day 1 after tanning last night. I woke up this morning at 4:30 and jumped in the shower. I slept fairly well in it. It wasn't too wet and it wasn't too sticky, so that is always a nice thing when you have a fake tan on. I always sleep in something different, so Adrian will be on his side of the bed with our normal bedding and doona and everything, and then I sit on top of the bed.
Yeah!
I sit on top of the bed and I normally just use a sheet and I kind of fold it over me like a taco, just so that once I have a shower and come back, I can then jump into our bed and it's clean and you're not worrying about tan going everywhere, and then the next morning I can just wash up, get up and wash that one sheet. So that's my little tip for you for tanning during the night. When I finally woke up this morning, I seemed super, super dark and there was still a lot of bronzer left on the skin. Now the back of the bottle said it will develop for another 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 hours, I think it was. So I left that on, we've had breakfast, and it's now 11 o'clock. So I've just had a second shower, and I did use body wash, and I had a really good lather up, and you could see a lot of the purple come off the top, which is that bronzer layer. Washed my hair, I've done a few other things, and it's actually come up a really nice colour, like not orange at all. It's been hard to try to find the right light to do this in for you, but it is a really lovely colour. It was nice and even, as even as I could kind of get it. I think I finished it about 11:30 last night. All in all though, streak free. It was really easy to apply. Wasn't too wet, it didn't dry too quick. The bronzer was dark enough that you could definitely see where you had been, so application wise it was really nice. Once it was on, it dried really quickly, and it wasn't too sticky, so that was nice. Oh, someone just woken up. Say hi, darling, look. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Laila just had her morning sleep. Hello, did you have a good night? Say hi, everyone.
Hello there. Hello.
So yeah, so sleeping in it, it wasn't too wet. It wasn't too sticky, and now that I've had this other shower and I've just soaked up really well, it's a really nice application. Now that I've had a shower, there's no smell to it, so that's a really good thing, because sometimes I find that first day you do smell quite strong. So I am about to go to the beach, so this tan is going to get salt water today, it's going to get chlorine today, so I'm expecting it by tomorrow to be like the depth. Look at this.
Just enjoying the view.
Are you just taking in the view, Laila? So this is what Laila is taking in. So this is the view from our balcony. We've got some water off in the distance. We've got some beautiful gardens. Now we'll just see how it lasts and how it comes off, whether it goes patchy or whether I go really dry. So stay tuned. Hey guys, Bec here from Bec and Laila. It is Friday the 15th of February. I thought I'd better check in because I haven't checked in during the week to let you know how the tan went. As you can see, there's no tan left. Day 1 and day 2 of the tan, I loved it. It was a really, really good colour, not orange at all, and had a really nice depth about it. So I really liked that side of it. I feel like though it wore off fairly quickly, and a little bit patchy. It wore off fairly evenly across my chest and arms, but on my legs and my feet, it was quite patchy. It was really weird. I had a lot of tan left on my feet, but then up around my shins and things, there wasn't a lot. And I also feel like it was a little bit drying. I do feel like, though, that I didn't really give it a really good chance. I tanned last Thursday night, and we spent the whole weekend at the beach and in the pool, so salt water, chlorine, all the time. I do think though it was drying, but I've just had a bath, I've had a really good soak, I've exfoliated, I've scrubbed, I've shaved, I've done everything I should have done yesterday really, but I've done it tonight, and I'm going to give this puppy a second shot. So I'm going to whack this tan back on tonight. I'm going to leave it on for 4 hours again because I really liked the colour and the depth of it, and then I'll report back. I'm not planning on any chlorine. There's definitely no salt water out here. So I'm really interested to see how this fades just in normal conditions. So round 2 of the tan is in force. I've done 2 coats, which is what I did last week. And last week I left it on for 4 hours, so I'm going to do that again. And then we'll see how this goes. Hi guys, it is 10:30 on Tuesday night. So I tanned Friday night. So I am the end of 4 days in. So I thought I'd have a bit of a follow-up. So the tan colour Saturday was really, really dark. I left it on the same amount as the first time, like same time as what I did the first time. But I feel like it definitely went heaps orange. I don't know why I didn't do anything different. It wasn't on for any longer. And if anything, I probably did think, I still did 2 coats, but definitely they weren't heavy coats. I feel like they were a lot heavier the first time. But we went out. What did we do Saturday? We went to a friend's like house for drinks and food and things Saturday night, and even Adrian commented, like I said, oh, I feel like this stands a bit orange. He's like, yeah, it definitely is. So that was a bit of a shame. I just had a few showers that day just to try to tone it down, and with makeup on it wasn't too bad. But then after the showers, like Sunday and Monday, it was pretty good, still pretty dark. I feel like it's definitely grabbed on my hands and my feet, even though I moisturised those before tanning. And it's definitely a lot drier, like drying to my skin than other tans that I've used in the past, or like that I've used recently, I guess. I thought this last week, but I was pretty slack on the moisturising side of things. So I was in like the salt water and the chlorine heap, so I kind of just put it down to that. At the moment, it's fading fine. I am noticing some patchiness coming off on the underside of my forearms, which is where I've probably been sitting and leaning on the desk the last couple of days. And I've noticed like around my feet where my shoes go, it is starting to come off too, which it will generally do that, but it's coming off quite noticeably. I guess it's a bit orange, so that sucks. All in all, I don't know, not a bad colour, definitely throwing orange. And it's starting to, I guess, come off a little bit patchy. Hey guys, Becky from Bec and Laila. I tend to do these videos in bed. I guess with Layla asleep and Adrian at work now for afternoon shift, it means that I actually have a little bit of time when I go to bed. So I wanted to wrap up this video. Again, it was a long one because I actually did 2 applications just to make sure that I was giving a good review for you. The first application, I loved the colour. I did spend a lot of time in the first couple of days post tanning in the salt water and the chlorine, and I think that's what made me love it. I think it really took down the intensity of the tan, and it just had a really nice tone and a really nice colour to it. So after the first review, I would have said that I really loved it. The colour was amazing. It came off a little bit patchy, not too bad, but it was a little bit drying. I'm glad I did the second application because it really gave it a better run for its money. I wasn't in the chlorine and I wasn't in the salt water because I was back out in the country. So I'm glad I did. The reason why I'm glad that I did the second application was, yes, I did like the colour. I definitely think that it did go quite orange after about the second day. It was really quite dark, which I knew that with the first time, but there was just something about that second application. It threw orange and it really grabbed to my hands, to my wrists, around my ankles, and where it grabbed in those patches, it went really orange, to the point where I was really waiting for it to die down so I could scrub it off because I just wanted to kind of get it off. So that really sucked. It was very, very drying. I do have dry skin though, so if your skin's generally not too bad, I think you'll find this tan pretty good. But with my dry skin, I found it quite drying. And other than that, it was quite hard to get off when I wanted to get off at the end, even though I kept the moisturizer up. So all in all, really great budget tan. I think I ended up getting it on sale for about $11 or $13 or something. Colour was good. I think though, for my fairness, I might try the medium next time, not so much the dark. We are coming towards the end of summer as well. I think this tan will be really good if you already had a little bit of colour, or if you're fair but you do get your own colour by the end of summer. I think if I was to use this tan in the middle of summer when it's boiling hot and I've got a fair bit of colour myself, I think it would be a really good colour. For me though, it was just a little bit too drying. There was no tan smell, so that was nice. But was just too dry for my skin. It was just coming off quite patchy and then hard to get off those patches when I wanted to get off. If you're someone that has a bit more oil within their skin, I think this would be okay for you. Thanks guys for watching. That is the end of our video. Please subscribe if you enjoy my videos. I am going to have a lot more coming up about our move out to the country and just about us as a family. I have also gone back to work the last 3 weeks, so that is interesting. I've got a lot to talk about that. But please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Bec and Laila and leave me some feedback. I would love to hear what tans you would like me to review. If you've got any tips for me in regards to application or anything else, leave those in there as well because I would love to get your feedback. Thanks.